stealing, and hooliganism. The development comes at a time when many Nigerians are demanding stronger action against violent crime. Who are the suspects? What exactly are they accused of? How were they arrested? And will these prosecutions make Osun State safer? Let's go deeper in our analysis. Point one, what really happened? Akahi News gathered that the Osun State Police Command has taken 13 suspects to court over allegations ranging from kidnapping and courtesan to ritual-related offenses, stealing, and hooliganism. The development comes at a time when many Nigerians are demanding stronger action against violent crime. Who are the suspects? What exactly are they accused of? How were they arrested? And will these prosecutions make Osun State safer? Let's go deeper in our analysis. Point one, what really happened? Akahi News gathered that the Osun State Police Command has arraigned 13 suspects arrested during separate security operations across the state. According to the police, the suspects are facing allegations relating to kidnapping, courtesan, ritual-related offenses, stealing, hooliganism, and unlawful possession of substances suspected to be Indian hemp. The Commissioner of Police, Ibrahim Gota, announced the development during a press briefing in Osogbo, Osun State capital. He also revealed that police operatives recently rescued an adopted header and recovered about 2.2 million naira allegedly paid as ransom. Point two, who is involved in this report? The major parties in this case include the following: the Osun State Police Command, Commissioner of Police Ibrahim Gotan, the 13 suspects facing different criminal allegations, the courts that will determine the outcome of the cases, residents of Osun State who continues to hope for improved security. It is important at this point to remember that the suspect remain presumed innocent until proven guilty by a competent court. Point three, where and when did this incident happen? The arrests were made during different operations across Osun State, while the police announced the prosecution during a press briefing in Osogbo, Osun State capital. The announcement forms part of the command's latest security update on efforts to tackle violent crime across the state. Point four, why is this story important to Nigerians, especially people in Osun State? This story is bigger than the arrest of 13 individuals. Kidnapping and other violent crimes have continued to create fear in many parts of Nigeria. Whenever suspected offenders are brought before the courts, the public expect not only arrest but also justice that is fair, timely, and based on credible evidence. Successful prosecution can discourage criminal activities, while failed prosecution may weaken public confidence. Point five, how did the police achieve this? By arresting and prosecuting the suspect. According to the police, the suspects were arrested through intelligence-led operation, that is nice, conducted in different locations within Osun State. The rescue of the adopted victim and the recovery of ransom money also suggests that security agencies are combining intelligence gathering with tactical operation to disrupt criminal activities, especially in Osun State. Let's go deeper in our analysis. 6A, arrest is only the beginning. Take note of that. Making arrests is important, but it is only the first stage of the justice process. The real test will be whether investigators present sufficient evidence for the court to reach lawful decision. A successful justice system depends on both effective policing and effective prosecution. 6B, intelligence-led policing is producing good results. The rescue of kidnapping victims and recovering of ransom money demonstrate the growing importance of intelligence-driven security operation. When communities provide useful information, security agencies are often able to respond more effectively and prevent further crimes. 6C, public cooperation remains quintessential. Security agencies cannot fight crime alone. Pay attention and take note of that point. Residents must continue reporting suspicious activities promptly and avoid protecting criminals within their communities. Every useful piece of information can help save lives. 6D, justice must be fair. Although the allegations are serious, every accused person deserves a fair trial. Respecting due process protects both innocent citizens and the credibility of Nigeria's justice system. Point 7. What this means for Nigerians. This development should reassure law-abiding citizens that security agencies are continuing efforts to confront violent crime. However, lasting peace will require more than arrest. It will require professional investigation, efficient courts, community cooperation, and consistent enforcement of law. Finally, the prosecution of these suspects sends an important message that alleged criminal activities will continue to face legal scrutiny. But Nigerians will judge success not by the number of arrests alone, but by whether justice is served fairly, victims receive protection, and communities become genuinely safer. A secure society is built when the police, the courts, and the public play their respective roles responsibly. Take note of that. To my viewers and listeners, what do you think about this report? Do you believe stronger prosecution will help reduce kidnapping and violent crimes in Nigeria? Or should government place greater emphasis on preventing crime before it happens? I want you to share your opinion or thought using the comment section below. And if you found this report or analysis helpful, please don't forget, I beg you, like, share, and subscribe to Akahi News. For the full dose of this report and other critical analysis, you can visit akahinews.org, this website. The Catholic Church is mourning the passing of Reverend Father Benjamin Madu, a Nigerian Catholic priest from the Diocese of Abakaliki in Ebonyi State, who died in the United States shortly before he was expected to return to Nigeria following the expiration of his religious worker visa. His death has sparked conversation about immigration, the emotional challenges faced by missionaries abroad, and the importance of supporting those who dedicate their lives to serving others. The questions are: who is Reverend Father Benjamin Madu, what really happened? Why was he returning to Nigeria? And what lesson can we learn from this tragic story? Let's analyze it critically together. Number one, what really happened? Akahi News gathered that Reverend Father Benjamin Madu, a priest of the Catholic Diocese of Abakaliki in Ebonyi State, died in Massachusetts in United States after receiving notice that his R1 religious worker visa was nearing expiration. Reports indicate that he had been preparing to leave the United States after years of pastoral ministry when the tragic incident occurred. Authorities have stated that no foul play is expected. However, the official cause of death had not been publicly released at the time of the report. While some reports have suggested a possible suicide, that is serious, that has not been officially confirmed though, and investigations were still ongoing. Point 2. Who was Reverend Father Benjamin Madu? Father Benjamin Madu was a Nigerian Catholic priest serving under the Diocese of Abakaliki in Ebonyi State. During his ministry in the United States, he served as a hospital chaplain and also ministered to parishioners within the Catholic community in Massachusetts. He was widely remembered as a devoted priest who dedicated his life to caring for the sick, supporting families, and strengthening the faith of those entrusted to his pastoral care. Point 3. Where and when did this happen? The incident occurred in Massachusetts, United States, where Father Madu had been carrying out his pastoral assignment. His death came shortly before the expiration of his visa, which reportedly required him to leave the United States by 29th of July 2026. Before his passing, he had reportedly written a farewell message to parishioners expressing sadness. Pay attention and take note of that. Expressing sadness that he had to leave a community he had grown to love. That means he's not happy coming to Nigeria or returning to Nigeria. Point 4. Why is the story important? This story goes far beyond immigration. It reminds us that behind every visa application is a human being with emotions, relationships, and responsibility. For missionaries and priests serving far from home, changes in immigration status can affect not only their ministry but also their emotional well-being. This tragedy also reminds us that those who spend their lives caring for others sometimes need care themselves. Point 5. What do we know so far? At this stage, several important facts remain clear. 1. The priest has sadly passed away. Authorities have said there is no indication of foul play. The official cause of death has not yet been publicly confirmed. Investigations were still ongoing at the time the story was published. For this reason, take note of this, Akahi News urges viewers not to spread rumors or treat unverified claims as established facts. Point 6, let's go deeper critically now. Point 6a, priests also face human challenges. Catholic priests are spiritual leaders, but they are also human beings. Take note of that. Like everyone else, they may experience disappointment, loneliness, uncertainty, and emotional pressure. Recognizing this reality should encourage greater compassion for our priests and stronger support system for our religious leader, the clergy, serving both in Nigeria and overseas. 6b, immigration decisions can have personal consequences. Visa regulations are legal requirements, but they can also bring emotional challenges for missionaries who have spent years building relationships within a community. Being required to leave can be deeply painful. This incident reminds institutions to accompany administrative decisions with appropriate pastoral and emotional support wherever possible. 6c, facts must always come before speculation. Whenever a tragic death occurs, rumors often spread quickly. Responsible journalism requires patience and pay attention. Until investigators release their final findings, the public should avoid drawing conclusions that have not been officially confirmed. Let's continue. Respect for the deceased and his family demands nothing less. Point 7. What this means for Nigerians, what it ultimately means for Nigerians. This tragedy reminds Nigerians, especially those living and working abroad, that emotional well-being deserves as much attention as physical health. It also encourages families, churches, and communities to remain attentive to people who may be silently carrying emotional burdens. Sometimes a listening ear, a supportive conversation, or timely professional help can make a significant difference. Finally, today the Catholic Church has lost one of its priests. His family has lost a son. His parishioners have lost a shepherd, and many people have lost a friend. As investigations continue, let us remember Reverend Father Benjamin Madu, not because of speculation surrounding his death, but because of the years he devoted to serving God and humanity. May his soul rest in perfect peace. And may this tragedy inspire greater compassion for other priests, stronger pastoral support, and renewed concern for the emotional well-being of everyone who dedicates their lives to serving others. And to my viewers and listeners, what do you think concerning this report? What more can religious institutions, families, and communities do to support priests, missionaries, and other caregivers who may be facing emotional or personal challenges? I want you to share your thoughts or opinion respectfully in the comments section below. And if you found this analysis meaningful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Akahi News. For the full story and more exclusive news analysis, please visit akahinews.org. Thank you for watching. I am Joseph Yaji. This is Akahi News. The Osun State Police Command has taken 13 suspects to court over allegations ranging from kidnapping and courtesy to ritual-related offenses, stealing, and hooliganism. The development comes at a time when many Nigerians are demanding stronger action against violent crime. Who are these suspects? What exactly are they accused of? How were they arrested? And will these prosecutions make Osun State safer? Let's go deeper in our analysis. Point 1. What really happened? Akahi News gathered that the Osun State Police Command has arraigned 13 suspects arrested during separate security operations